Thank you. I got next game.
Hey, Sarah, it's Jack. How you doing, baby? Yeah, I've been thinking about you. Don't hang up. Don't hang up on me. You read the paper today? Come on, I gotta talk to you. Yeah, I know. I'm just, I'm kind of excited, that's all. Yeah, the story just hit. It's all over the front page. I nailed Frank Rollins, the cops, all of them. Yeah, and I want to see you. Yeah, I know what we said. I know. I just thought maybe I could come home and, you know. Yeah, okay. Okay, well, you can't blame me for trying. Okay. Good night. Do that again?
You got it, my brother. There you go.
You bastard. How can you write that crap? You're killing me, man.
No, you're killing yourself, Frank. No one forced you to make payoffs. You had a good thing going with that club. You didn't have to get involved in drugs and prostitution, but you got greedy.
Screw you. You got greedy running with that story.
Hey, get off me, Rollins.
I never should have let you in my club. I should have had you taken care of.
Hey, listen, you son of a bitch. You threaten me, I guarantee you'll never threaten anyone again.
Hey, sorry. I just want to talk to you. Outside. You know, you could have came to me like a man. I know so much shit about these cops. I could have helped you. I can still help you. You know, one hand washes the other.
Casey, it's showtime. Let's go.
I can't stand this.
None of us can.
Has the jury reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
Will the defendant please rise? Madam Foreman, on the charge of murder in the second degree, how do you find?
Your Honor, we find the defendant, Jack Casey, guilty as charged.
No, that's not possible. This is wrong. He was shot. Sit down. You tell me how you shoot somebody without a gun.
Mr. Preston, control your client.
It's all right.
Counselors,
I'm setting July 23rd for sentencing. Officers, take charge of the defendant.
Judge, can Mr. Casey please have a brief courtroom visit with his wife?
Yes, a brief one.
Thank you, Your Honor.
maybe you shouldn't have turned down the manslaughter plea then.
He turned it down, okay, Al, and he did it because he's not guilty.
Well, you just got outvoted on that, didn't you?
Where's the murder weapon? You never produced the 9mm Glock, did you?
Well, maybe he threw it in the East River.
You didn't find it there, did you?
No, but we did find the bullet, Don, right in Rollins' heart.
And you're so confident it was Casey, that it was his gun.
Beyond a reasonable doubt, yes. Just like the jury.
So what happens now?
Jack will be transferred in the next few days out to Rikers Island. They'll hold him there till sentencing.
And we'll start working on the motion to set aside the verdict.
And if we win, will a new trial be any different than this one? He's been in prison a year. How much more can he take?
With a new jury, there's always reason to hope.
Not for me. What is he looking at?
25 to life. Oh, he never should have lost this case. That poor son of a bitch is looking at life in prison, and I know in my gut he's innocent.
It's too bad you weren't on the jury, Uncle Don.
We should have pushed harder on the missing gun. Jack didn't own one. Where did he get it?
It's New York City, Dad, anywhere. And I did push.
The jury didn't buy him. He wrote all those stories about police corruption, areas going berserk like the rogue cops he wrote about.
Grandpa's right. And Jack never should have been up there on that stand, Don. He was a lousy witness.
He insisted. He thought he could explain it all away. Hey, it's his life.
Yeah, and now he's going to Attica because Orsini destroyed him on Cross. He had Jack's threat. He had the blood on his shirt. He had Jack in the alley where they found the body.
So maybe Jack did it? Is that what you're really saying?
It's possible. Maybe we just have a guilty client.
You still think like a prosecutor, MJ. Everyone's guilty.
Aren't they?
Let's go, Casey. Transfer time. You go into the Rock. Let's go. Get up off your ass and move, man. We got all day. What you looking at?
I'm coming. What up? So, you going to Rikers too?
Nah, man. My old lady just posted the bail. I'm about to be Free Willy. I'm out of here, God.
Hey, Grandpa, you wanted to see me? What's up?
I've been trying to outline our appellate issues.
You know, I think we should lead with the Peyton violation. There's no way Judge Morton should have allowed entry into Jack's loft without a warrant, and that's where they found the bloody shirt. So if we can get that thrown out.
Great minds think alike.
Hey.
Hey, sorry I'm late, but a man's gotta eat.
You know what? I got 2 left. Finish them up for me?
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
their release. Bail posted.
Casey, on the gate. Let's go.
Yeah. There it is. Take it.
Thanks, Carlos. Sign here. Sign, you're holding up the wheels of progress, man. You can go now.
Taking so long?
Chill, brother. The bus for the island broke down. You got no lady waiting there for you?
Rikers? What the fuck are you talking about? My old lady just bailed my ass out. What the hell's going on around here? Hey, listen, man, I want my fucking lawyer right fucking now. I want the...
Yeah, operator. I need to make a collect call.
I got here as fast as I could.
No one followed you, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, you didn't call anyone?
No. How did you get out? What's going on, Chad?
I don't know if someone screwed up the system or the clown's running it. They released me by mistake. Them fucking idiots. Let's go now. Did you bring the money?
Yeah.
You feel so good.
Please, I don't want you to go.
I got to go. I gotta go. Where's the money?
Jack, they're gonna kill you. I mean, what kind of life are you gonna have? Please, don't do
What,
this.
do you think I'm gonna sit around Attica waiting for some kind of appeal? Do you have any idea what jail is like? What they do to you? I'm not going back in there. Not if I have anything to say about it. How much is this?
$300.
Oh, come on, shit,
It's
Sarah.
what I could get from the machine. Okay, here. Take my ring. You can pawn it.
No. We're still married. And if we hadn't got that goddamn separation...
I know. Just take it, please.
gotta go.
No, what if I never see you again, Jack?
Go.
Jack, please. I'm afraid. Please don't go.
He's on the streets, running around. He's a fool.
Wouldn't you do it if you had the chance?
Well, I don't know.
If you were facing life imprisonment for a crime you didn't commit, you'd be a fool not to take advantage of their mistake.
But Jack's not entirely innocent. He's got a temper, and he let it get the better of him.
Oh, you never lost your temper?
Oh, not like that.
Oh, please, Dad. I remember when Ken and I were playing sock basketball in the den and we broke your beloved statue of Aristotle. It still hurts when I sit down.
How you always exaggerate about that. And it was Socrates. And your mother was very upset. Now, we'd better call Sarah.
We better not. They probably have a tap on that phone already.
Thanks.
This is certainly a surprise.
Oh, come on, Sarah. Has Jack been here?
Jack, here. Why would Jack?
Don't do this to me, Sarah.
Do you want some coffee?
There's no point in protecting him from me.
Why would I protect him from you?
Because he's your husband. You love him. He needs me. Do you know where he is?
No, I don't. But I saw him. He wanted money and...
Sir, this is important. If you give him money, if you help him in any way, that's a crime, you understand? So I'm assuming that he took the money and you couldn't stop him, all right?
Police! We've got an arrest warrant for Jack Casey. Is he here?
What the hell are you doing? He's not here.
Get out of my house. You kicked in the damn door. Are you out of your mind?
Jack Casey is an escaped felon. This is his last known address. So excuse us while we look around.
Well, we're looking for him too, officer. I'm his lawyer.
Well, you better hope you find him first.
You'll be back here in 2 hours, okay?
Hey, Carlos.
What the hell are you doing, man?
I got trouble, man.
Believe this shit. I thought you were convicted.
Yeah, I was.
Who's he?
My friend. Forget it, bro. I'm working the straight and narrow now.
Yeah, so who's she? Your social worker? Now, come on, Carlos. I need a place to hide out. I'm calling in that marker.
Man, that was 2 years ago.
Hey, Carlos, I saved your life, remember?
Not bad, eh? Look, you got a view, TV, everything. Hey, Jack, you want Vita here? Throw her in. A little stress reduction. Come on. I bet you ain't had no pussy in a long time. She's clean, Jack.
No.
Your choice. We're even now.
Trade Carroll straight up for Jeter. We get Gooden and Rivera.
You draft too many Yankees down. You're too much of a fan.
What do you want, Mets? Mets suck.
You're telling me Franco isn't the best relief pitcher in the league?
It wasn't in the East River.
What?
The gun. The 9mm Glock. Your guy didn't throw it in the river. How do you know? Because we got it. And maybe the shooter, too.
Rollins shooter?
Yeah. We collared a guy down at Red Hook, some skell named Vinny Keefe with a sheet a mile long. He pistol whipped a guy coming out of a bar.
What, Mickey's bar? The same one where Rollins got popped?
Yeah, he worked that block. The victim's watch and wallet were recovered from Keefe, along with a loaded 9mm Glock.
You're kidding.
No, And get this, some crackerjack down in ballistics, a real hotshot, he gets an idea. He tests the Glock, and it comes back positive as the same gun that killed Rollins.
So Casey's home free?
No, not quite. I had a sit down with Keefe and his lawyer. He says he just found the gun last week, and we got thick on him about the murder.
Al, you're just gonna have to go back there and get a confession out of this guy.
Don't tell me how to do my job, MJ. You think I'm happy coming here and telling you that we may have made a mistake in convicting the wrong guy?
You did convict the wrong guy, Al. Face it. We screwed up on Casey.
We didn't screw up.
Yeah? Well, supposing that hotshot ballistics guy didn't test the gun, where would Casey be then?
Yeah. Well, do you know where Casey is?
No, I don't.
We got half the PD out looking for him, and they don't like him.
No kidding.
What about this Keefe guy, Al? You ought to have the entire DA squad on him. Digging into his background, searching his apartment. Maybe he still has that diamond ring.
We are doing our job, MJ. I'm gonna have my lunch at a more hospitable table.
Hey, boss. You all right? Hey, MJ. We still on for Saturday night? You didn't call me back.
Yeah, we're still on, Murphy, but you didn't call me back either. I gotta talk to your boss. Call me later.
Okay.
Put your eyes back in your head, Murphy. So you're going out with MJ now, huh?
Aren't you supposed to give me the Miranda warning before the interrogation, Don?
Do you think Keefe will have a problem talking with me?
Hey, MJ, Keefe has a problem with everything. But if Orsini gave you the okay, go for it.
Is she wife one of Orsini's lackeys?
No, she's a defense attorney. Mary Jane Preston.
Oh, Mary Jane, huh? Sweet like the candy bar, Mary Jane.
Look at me, Vinny. I'm not sweet, and I don't give a damn about Orsini.
So we agree on something.
I don't give a damn about you either. You're not my client.
Let me guess. This, Jack Casey's your client.
And maybe you're not so stupid after all. Let's find out.
No, let's not. I want out of here now, Weiss. I don't want to talk to this stupid bitch. Hey, CEO, let me out of here.
I know you got a lot of very important things to do, Vinny, but before you crawl back into your hole, let me explain the facts of life to you.
Oh, the facts of life. From you, Mary Jane? I would have loved that.
Good. Now, you're dead on the robbery. They've got the gun, your victim's wallet, and a positive ID. And no offense to Weiss over here, but Johnny Cochran and the entire dream team couldn't get you off. You understand? And this is your third violent felony, I see, which means 3 strikes and you're out. You get 25 to life. Guaranteed. Automatic.
You got a fucking point here.
Yeah, my fucking point is that now they're gonna nail you on the Rollins murder.
Because of the gun? I got that last week.
You wanna stick with that bullshit story, that's fine with me. But Orsini's got half the world working this. They're gonna make their case. And when they do, it's murder 1. They're gonna strap you in for that lethal injection, Vincent. You are gonna die.
Is that what you think, Mary Jane?
That's what I know. Guy like you, it'll be a last meal of a Big Mac and fries, and then it's needle in, lights out, goodbye, Vinny. But I spoke to Orsini for you. He's making you this one-time, today-only offer. You cop to the Rollins murder, he'll take murder 1 off the table. No death penalty, no life without parole. It'll be the same 25 you're already gonna get for the Rob 1.
It's true. She came here straight from Orsini's office. He called me.
I don't know.
You don't know? How stupid are you? You make this deal now, you walk away from the death penalty. Do you understand me? But you gotta decide right now. Oh, and by the way, they already got a search warrant for your apartment. I wonder what they'll find there. Maybe the Rollins ring? Then they won't have to make this deal. He's got till 6 o'clock, Weiss. Don, it's Orsini. Hello. Hey, Al, yeah. Hey, that's great, Al. Yeah? That's terrific. Thank you. Thanks. Okay, yeah. Yeah? All right, goodbye.
Keith bought it?
Yeah, it'll only be a matter of hours. Keith will confess how he found Rollins in the alley, how he robbed and killed him as soon as he gets Orsini's promise in writing.
Home run, Bunky.
Oh, God, it was weird.
Made you feel like a DA again, huh? Sticking it to him a little bit, huh? Huh? Nailing another scumbag?
Yeah, it did. Well, where's Jack?
Come on, man, give it up. Give it up. Come on, man, where's my money? Come on, give it up. Give it up.
Hey, leave him alone.
Get over here.
Oh, you want to fight? You want to fight somebody? Come on. I'll kick your ass. Come here. Come here. Come on. You all right? Hey, where you going, tough guy?
Get him. Casey!
I'll take the roof.
I'm going down.
Come on out, Casey. Hands up, motherfucker! Step out! I know you're in here. Where are you, huh? Where are you? Get off me!
Officer down! 1013! 1013! Officer down! 229 Kingman! Officer down! Come on, get down over here now!
Hey, buddy, hang in there.
Al Orsini to see you, Don. He says it's urgent.
Send him in.
What's up?
I felt I should be the one to tell you. There's a cop from the 2-6 in a coma at Bellevue. Casey put him there.
Oh, shit. What are you talking about?
Your client, Jack Casey, he was trapped in a basement. There was a struggle with one of the cops. It got pretty ugly, and Casey beat the cop up bad, and then he split.
Oh, man.
Well, didn't the cops know he was innocent on Rollins?
They only knew he was a fugitive.
Hello. Don, it's for you.
Get a number.
Don, it's your wife.
I'll call her back.
It'll only take a minute.
Hey, hon, what's up?
Don, it's me. We gotta talk.
Honey, I'm in a meeting.
I don't care. Leave the meeting.
Al Orsini's here now. Yeah, he says hello.
Orsini? What the hell are you doing talking to Orsini?
He just gave me some news. Jack Casey injured a cop. Bad. The cop's in a coma.
Shit.
Yeah, and we heard the DA's office found out that Casey is innocent on the Rollins murder.
What? What are you talking about? They found the guy? You're lying to me, Don.
I'm not kidding. It's been a hell of a day.
Look, Don, we gotta meet. Just you and me. You gotta get down here.
Sure. Chinese? Where do you want me to pick it up?
Red Hook. The old ferry docks, 8 o'clock.
Szechuan East it is. Whatever you say, hon. No MSG, I promise. Yeah. All right. Camille, she never heard of home cooking.
Is that a fact?
I'd really like to go with you.
No, Dad, it's just got to be me and Jack, one-on-one.
What happens if you don't convince him to turn himself in?
Then he'll stay out.
Oh, that's a very dicey judgment call, in my opinion.
If he's willing to see me, I got to risk it. I'll worry about the ethics some other time.
Where did you get to be so cocky?
From you.
Make sure nobody followed you?
Jack, you gotta trust me.
That's how I got here in the first place. Trust. Now I say fuck trust. Fuck this system.
And fuck me, is that why I'm here? Why am I here, Jack?
'Cause I need money. I gotta get out of town.
Didn't you hear what I said on the phone? The DA just got a confession from the guy who really killed Rollins. You can come in. I give you my word.
Hey, I'm not interested in your word, Don. I'm more interested in my life.
So am I. Look at this.
Now do you believe me?
I always believed you.
What the hell am I gonna do? If this guy dies, they're gonna say I murdered him, aren't they? It's a cop, for Christ's sakes. He came after me, Don. He said he was gonna kill me. He had his gun out. He said he was gonna blow me away, and he fired.
Jack, if he attacked you, then you were justified.
You're damn straight.
Self-defense, we can make a strong case, but you have to come in.
No. I'm out. I'm staying out.
But what are you gonna do? How are you gonna live? You're gonna hold up gas stations? You're gonna lurk on the Bowery looking for bums to roll? I don't think so. I read your column for years, Jack. You're a fighter. This is a fight you can win.
Well, get me a ticket out of town. That's a win for me.
Is that what you want? Think about it. Say you get out of New York, what then? What are you gonna get a phony Social Security card so you can get some job you hate and live the rest of your life as a fugitive? Jack, I understand what you're going through.
No, you don't. This may be some kind of game for you. Your livelihood. You lose this case, you move on to your next one, your next cause. Me? I wind up in a 5x10 cell for the rest of my fucking life, so don't talk to me about understanding. Because you haven't walked in my shoes, Don.
Jack, I wouldn't be here
if you didn't have a guilty conscience. A guilty conscience, man.
This is not about me, Jack. It's about you. Now, what do you want?
I want my life back!
Then stop running and let me help you fight for it. All of it.
I can't afford to pay you anymore. It's all gone, Don. Every cent.
Then fuck you, man. Come on. Let's go ahead.
The Howard Stern Show will be back in just a few
Morning, guys.
Ouch, Dad, you need a shave.
What? You don't like that grunge look?
No, and Steve, Howard Stern is such a pig.
Oh, and PLJ rocks? I don't know who sucks more. Who do you the blow for?
Well, then let's just take it right on down to the source, to my station, some good old-fashioned soul. Hang on a second. Be patient. And when it comes on, it's going to sound like this.
Oh, here come the doo-wops.
Come on, not the old.
Stop. I mean, look what you're wearing. Oh, really, don't for your day job, okay?
Wait.
Hospital spokesman James Frazier announced the death of police officer Wilma Caston from massive head injuries suffered while attempting to arrest the fugitive Jack Casey. The 35-year-old officer was the father of two and lived in Flatbush. The mayor is planning to deliver the eulogy at his funeral. It is expected that Casey will be arraigned this morning.
You heard about the cop. He didn't make it. You okay?
Not really. Are they ready?
Almost. The arraignment will go fast. You just look innocent and let me talk.
They won't give me bail.
If they don't, we're gonna press for a speedy trial. Considering the last one took over a year, I think we'll get it.
Is Sarah there? I want to see Sarah.
I'm sure she'll be there. I'll see you in a few minutes. Hey, we're gonna be okay. Sarah, he wanted you to have the ring back.
Can you get him out on bail?
We're gonna try. So what is it, Al? The whole force taking a sick day? They just giving out free donuts.
It's Brooklyn, Don. Cop killers packed the house. Force likes to show its feelings.
That's alleged cop killer, Al.
You feel like you're never gonna get rid of this case?
I feel like I'm never gonna get rid of you, counselor.
Jack Casey, step up. Jack Casey, charged with violating Penal Law Section 125.27 on the complaint of Officer Brian Clark. Counselor, waive the reading.
So waived.
Let me hear you, Mr. Orsini.
Your Honor, the defendant should be held without bail. He is charged with murder in the first degree for the savage killing of a police officer. The defendant has already fled custody once before.
Judge, he was released.
Don't interrupt, Counselor. You get your turn.
If given half the chance, Judge, he's going to end up in South America. This is a capital case. He needs to be remanded.
Mr. Preston.
Your Honor, my client was wrongly convicted of a crime he did not commit. They released him by mistake. And then he surrendered voluntarily to the 84th Precinct.
Yeah, after he murdered a cop.
Mr. Orsini, no interruptions.
Getting back to the bail, Judge.
I'm sorry, Counselor, no bail. Not on these facts. I'm remanding your client. Case is adjourned to July 18th for grand jury action. Next case.
Sarah. No. Just wait alone.
You okay?
No, I'm not.
Gee, that went well for President Preston, didn't it? My advice, MJ? Punt. I gotta go. I'll call you later.
I can't believe you're charging him with murder one. What's next, the death penalty?
If your client had stayed put, he'd be free as a bird right now.
Wait a minute, you guys prosecuted the wrong man on the Rollins murder, not us.
And we cleared up that problem, didn't we? The law is the law,
He's
Don.
an innocent man. He did nothing. I mean, didn't he have a moral right to remain free?
Just like he had a moral right to kill a cop.
Stop being a DA for a minute and talk to me.
Look,
Just because he's innocent on the first crime does not mean he's innocent on the second. I may feel sorry for him as a human being, but I'm bound by law.
Oh, you keep the human side separate from the legal side.
You're damn right I do. And I'll tell you something else I'm going to keep separate. The Rollins murder case and this one.
What?
That's right. In this trial, you don't get squat admitted about Rollins.
You may try to keep Rollins out, but trust me, Al, it's coming in.
We'll see about that, Tom. I'm going to lunch.
Uncle Don? Hey.
You got trouble here, Bunky.
Yeah, Murphy said the same thing.
Murphy? You're not really dating Murphy, are you?
Dating? No, we're not dating. Just having sex.
Oh, well, that's different. Sex.
I'll say. It's been a long, dry spell, Uncle Don. I have had so many blind dates I thought I could read Braille. You know, you did the right thing talking Casey in.
If you believe in the system. If you believe it's not going to screw you twice in a row.
Couldn't it?
You know, when you say sex, you mean safe sex, don't you?
Actually, I'd call it exotic sex, Don.
With Murphy?
And safe. It's definitely safe. Hey.
I don't believe this. 103 channels and nothing's on.
Have you tried Court TV?
Yeah, right.
How about the Playboy channel?
We get the Playboy channel?
Don, what's on your mind?
Nothing.
Come on, tell me.
Oh, Jack Casey said that I have a guilty conscience.
And do you?
Okay, here's the goodies. We have got autopsy photos. We've also got the 61, the DD5s, the cops' memo books, and what I think is most interesting.
911, operator 686. What's the emergency?
Is this 911? You must send an ambulance. There's been a shooting, a big fight. It's horrible.
Where is the emergency?
Down in our basement, at 229 Kingman Street.
What is your name, phone number, and address, please?
Just get someone here. 229 Kingman.
So maybe we have a witness.
The cops say they didn't find one, but check out the DD5 on the canvas, see? Heard nothing, saw nothing. This guy heard nothing, saw nothing, over and over. Nobody saw nothing.
I love New York.
This is it, I think. Yeah.
Jack went down to the basement right away. Now, according to these police reports, when the cops got here, Clark went upstairs to the roof and McCaston headed down.
They didn't stay together?
No. Now, back here should be the door to the basement, yes, where Clark got hit.
Watch your step.
Jack came this way. This is where it happened. That's why I send my laundry out. He said it was dark. He could barely see. He ran back here, and he hid. Now, Jack said the cop fired the shots and came at him from here. So Jack tackled him. It was a very violent fight. He threw him down. He was fighting him off.
In self-defense.
Exactly, right. The cop hit his head here, and Jack split. He escaped up that way. But he said he saw something in there.
He wasn't sure. He thought he saw movement.
But he said he saw something. See, someone could have been hiding in here. A witness, maybe?
Maybe.
Who walked this way? Yeah, there might be a witness. So,
victim could have exited the laundry room and come up here.
Yeah, it's possible. Definitely possible.
"911. Call was made right here."
Excuse me, sir. We're investigating the incident that happened with the police down in the basement on the 12th. Did you hear anything or see anything out of the ordinary? There may have... Apparently not.
Get away from here!
Ma'am, excuse me. We'd just like to ask you a few questions.
There's nobody
Yeah,
here!
we...
I don't want anything!
Sorry.
Go on, get out!
Just a couple more. Hello. I'm Donald Preston. This is MJ Preston. You're Ms. Baptiste?
Yes, I am. What can I do for you?
We're here about the incident with the police.
I told the policeman I didn't see anything.
Oh, no, hi. We'd just like you to listen to something, if that's all right. Can we come in? Please, it's very important.
Yes, you can come in.
Thank you.
Is this 911? You must send an ambulance. There's been a shooting, a big fight. Nitro River, down in our basement, at 229 Kingman
Hello.
Street.
Do you think this is my wife? This is not her.
Well, sounds like it could be her.
No, it sounds like someone from Haiti. Half this neighborhood is from Port-au-Prince. It could be anyone.
So it's not you?
No, it is not.
Well, the thing is, whoever made the call, well, it sounds like maybe they could have been a witness to what happened in the basement.
Maybe it was someone down there doing their laundry. They saw something bad, then they ran out the back and called 911. What do you think, Miss Baptiste? Is that what happened?
I can't help you.
So you don't know what we're talking about?
This is what I know. I come to this country with nothing in my pocket. You think it is easy for me and for my wife? We have a baby. We've got to live here. I bag groceries. I collect cans and bottles for a lousy nickel. I drive a gypsy cab. My wife cleans an office building all night on her hands and knees. So when she gets home and I get home, we don't see nothing but the TV. Do you understand me, monsieur? Nothing.
We could subpoena you.
I did not commit a crime.
No one says you did.
We just want you to talk about what you saw.
She has seen nothing.
It wasn't my fault he died. I'm down that basement, rats crawling around, cop stalking me, trying to kill me. And all I'm thinking about is I'm innocent. How can I get out of there alive? That's what it was about. It was him or me. I chose me.
Yeah, but the jury's gonna see these pictures. That's him. Take a look.
You're going after that cop, aren't you?
As hard as we can. MJ's looking into it now.
But the problem is the cop is dead, and they're calling him a hero.
He was no hero, believe me.
Well, that may be true, but...
No, it is true.
But it doesn't really matter. The mayor delivered the eulogy at his funeral. And I think people are fed up with these blame the victim defenses.
Who's the real victim here, Dad?
Me.
Jack made a lot of enemies in the PD with those inflammatory articles he wrote. This could have been a setup, gone south.
It's difference of opinion that make horse races and trials.
You know, Lawrence, it's starting to seem to me like you're not on my side.
It's not a question of sides. It's a question of how do we best defend you.
By letting me tell my story.
Jack.
No. I know it went badly last time, but this is different. You go in there, hammer their witnesses, and when I get up on the stand, I finish it off.
We'll see about that.
Casey, gotta go now.
Hang on a second. Look, Don, I haven't heard from Sarah. I'm a little worried. She hasn't visited or anything. Is she okay?
I'm sure she's fine. She'll be there tomorrow.
Let's go.
Hey, Sergeant Wilson.
MJ, what are you
Hey,
doing here?
How you doing?
Oh, you're a sight for sore eyes.
Am I?
Oh, I get it. You want some information on a certain officer, McCastin?
Yeah, like, are there any complaints against him? Any brutality, any CRB stuff?
You know I can't get into that, MJ.
Hey, you owe me, Wilson.
Oh, come on.
I seem to recall a trial when I was a DA and you were the main witness. And one Judge Ratner moved the date up 2 weeks, right smack in the middle of someone's Hawaiian honeymoon, which would have to be canceled, which would have made, what's her name, Denise, very upset, except for the fact that a certain DA moved heaven and earth to get the date changed back again.
Your point being?
Being you're still married, aren't you? I mean, the honeymoon may be over, but that's still a ring on your finger.
MJ, I can't help you.
But you can. My instincts tell me this McCastin may have had a bad rep, and I just need some confirmation, that's all. So, if you were to give me a call and tell me my instincts were good, I would be extremely grateful, if you know what I mean.
I can't give you a call, MJ, but I can give you a piece of advice. Why don't you try the dinner special down the Essex Street Bar and Grill? It's a cop shop, if you know what I mean. And MJ, you've always had good instincts.
So what did you say when Jack said he wanted to testify?
I said we'll see.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm seeing deja vu all over again. On the other hand, without our own witness or Jack's testimony, we're screwed. Better give a great opening.
Oh, yeah. So how'd it go with your contact at the precinct?
It was good. I had dinner at the Essex Street Bar and Grill.
Yeah? What'd you have?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, look at Jack Casey. Look at his hands. He may be holding a pen in them right now, but on July 12th, 1997, he took the law into those hands. He used them to beat police officer Will McCastin. He used them to kill him. Officer McCastin was an outstanding public servant. He was a good father. He was a loving husband. All he was trying to do on July 12th was arrest that man. And for that, this defendant killed him. And for that, I'm going to ask you to find this defendant guilty of murder in the first degree.
The district attorney asked you to look at Jack Casey's hands. Well, that's easy. I'm going to ask you to do something much more difficult. I want you to look into the heart and mind of Jack Casey. Because the key issue in this case is the intent of the defendant. Now, the evidence will show that Jack Casey did not commit an act of premeditated murder. No, he was defending himself. He was forced in one terrifying moment to make a choice. To defend himself or die. And it was a frightening choice because he was facing a one-man firing squad, a police officer hell-bent on executing him for a crime he did not commit.
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained.
Ladies and gentlemen, no one wants to convict an innocent man. But it can happen. It has happened. Please, let's not let it happen again.
Thank you. We'll break now for lunch until 2 p.m.
What happened? Why'd you leave out the Rollins case?
You heard the judge.
Well, why didn't you fight it? Go have a sidebar or something.
There's a time and a place for everything, Jack.
Hey, yeah, now, Don.
Let me do my job, Jack, okay? I haven't forgotten about Rollins.
Okay. Where's Sarah? Why isn't she here?
I don't know.
Hi.
Hello?
I just wanted to stop by and see you again. Your neighbor said you'd be here.
You live around here?
No, I live in the village. Hi, it's a beautiful baby. What's her name?
Marie Claire.
Oh. Do you have any others?
Someday. I like kids. In Haiti, I was a nursery school teacher.
Oh, really? That's a great job. Are you gonna do that here?
Someday, I hope.
You know why I'm here, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Mrs. Baptiste, we need you to help us.
I'm sorry. It is not possible.
We were on patrol when we observed Casey. He ran into 229 Kingman, and we followed him into the lobby.
What happened next?
I was up on the fire escape. I heard shots from inside the building. I took off down the stairs. I heard the sounds of a fight and Officer McCaston screaming, "Stop, don't hit me anymore." Then as I got to the basement, the door was slammed open into my face by Casey as he ran out.
And did you pursue him?
No.
Why not?
I heard Officer McCaston moaning. I found him where Casey left him. He was my partner and he wasn't moving. Blood was gushing out of the back of his head. I couldn't stop it. I radioed at 1013 and waited for the ambulance. I just held on to him.
Your witness.
Where were you and Police Officer McCaston before your patrol?
On a dinner break at the Essex Street Grill.
That's the Essex Street Bar and Grill, isn't it?
If you say so.
How was dinner? What did you and Officer McCaston have?
Objection, Your Honor. He's the first officer on the scene. He's not a food critic.
It's cross, Judge. Come on.
Okay, Mr. Preston, the witness may answer.
I don't recall what we ate.
Well, were you and your partner on an all-liquid diet, officer?
No, we weren't.
Isn't it a fact that the kitchen at the Essex Street Bar and Grill is only open for lunch and not dinner?
If you say so.
Well, I do. Now, just how much alcohol did you consume during your dinner break?
None.
You didn't have a beer sitting in there in the bar and grill?
No.
Well, what were you doing there then?
I don't recall.
And Officer McCaston, didn't he have a couple of drinks there on July 12th?
Before your client killed him? No, he didn't.
Now, you knew my client, Jack Casey, before July 12th, 1997. Isn't that so?
Knew of him is more like it from his column in the Post.
And is it fair to say that you were not exactly a big fan of Jack Casey?
Not after all the lies he wrote about police corruption.
Were they lies, or were over 30 cops indicted and convicted because of his investigation?
How should I know?
Well, 4 of the officers were from your precinct, weren't they?
Yeah, so what?
So this is your big chance for a little payback, isn't it? You can really stick it to Jack Casey, isn't that right?
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained.
Okay. On direct, you testified you heard someone yelling, "Stop, don't hit me anymore." Is that correct?
No, I testified I heard Officer McCaston say that.
Isn't it true, officer, that it was Jack Casey who was yelling, "Stop, don't hit me anymore"?
No, that's not true.
And he was yelling that because Officer McCaston was beating him after he tried to surrender, isn't that right?
That's bull and you know it. We'll never use excessive force on anyone.
Really? Isn't it true, officer, that on 3 occasions in the last 5 years, charges were filed against Officer McCaston with the Civilian Complaint Review Board for using excessive force?
Objection, Judge. I'd like a sidebar.
Approach.
The The witness opened the door. Judge McCaston's history should be fair game now.
Come on, who's on trial here, McCaston or Casey?
I agree with Mr. Rossini on this one.
You're ripping the guts out of my defense here, Judge.
Well, that's too damn bad. But I'm not going to let you turn my courtroom into the police review board. Objection sustained. Get on with it, Mr. Preston.
You're familiar with the phrase testifying, aren't you, sir?
Yeah, I've heard it used.
It means lying under oath to get a conviction. Is that what you're doing in this case?
Objection, argumentative.
Sustained. Move on.
Officer Clark, you never saw how the struggle started in the basement, did you?
The defendant was hitting Officer McCaston.
How do you know? Did you see this with your own eyes?
No.
Were you in the basement to witness that fight?
No, I wasn't.
Jury can't hear you, officer. Were you in the basement to witness that fight?
No, I wasn't.
So you don't actually know who hit whom, do you?
No, I don't. But I know who died.
Mrs. McCaston, can you identify the pictures I just published to the jury?
Yes, I can.
Please tell the jury who this man is.
My husband, Officer Will McCaston.
And Mrs. McCaston, in the 12 years on the job, how many commendations did your husband receive?
7.
Thank you. Your witness.
No questions, Your Honor.
You may step down, Mrs. McCaston.
Why aren't you going to cross-examine her about his record?
Look at the jury, Jack. If I go after her, they'd hate me and hang you. You don't return your calls, do you?
Hello, Don. What are you doing here?
Well, I think you know.
Want a drink?
No, thanks.
Well, I'm having one.
Sarah, why haven't you been in court? I thought you'd be there.
You just want me there for window dressing, Don. The loyal wife standing by her man.
Yeah, well, it helps. But that's not why Jack wants you there.
I stood by him once, Don. I don't know if I can do it a second time.
He wants you back, Sarah. That's why he turned himself in, for you. You gotta give him a shot.
You don't know how many shots I've already given him. Look at where he's been and where he's going. What's the rest of my life gonna be?
All he talks about is you.
And you think that matters? It didn't before. There was always another story, another big shot to bring down.
What you don't understand.
Another front page for his wall of fame, and I went along. I liked going along.
He's changed.
No, I changed. And he didn't even notice until I asked him to leave. And then Frank Rollins came along, and I warned Jack, but he had to take him down.
That's who he is.
You don't have to tell me that. He's my husband.
He needs you, Sarah. He needs to see you.
Dr. Nagel, you say there were multiple contusions on Officer McCaston's face. Is that correct?
Yes, as you can see.
Could you tell us what caused those contusions?
In my opinion, it was repeated punches to his face.
Do you have an opinion as to what the cause of death was?
Yes. Death came from a blood clot on the brain and the resultant brain hemorrhage, which in turn was caused by a heavy blow to the back of his head.
Thank you, Doctor.
Mr. Preston.
Dr. Nagel, could Officer McCaston have fallen backwards in that basement and hit his head on the brick wall?
It's possible.
And in your experience, sir, have you seen brain hemorrhages caused by someone falling and hitting their head?
Yes, I have.
And have many of those people subsequently died?
We all die, Mr. Preston.
From those injuries, sir, that's the question.
Some, yes.
From a fall on the floor?
Yes.
Doctor, am I correct that in New York State, if you get behind the wheel of a car with a blood alcohol level of 0.10, you're driving while intoxicated?
Objection, Your Honor.
On what grounds?
Relevance. This isn't a DWI case. This is a murder case.
That's right, Judge, and this line of questioning is critical to our defense.
Objection overruled. The witness may answer.
You were considered intoxicated with a blood alcohol level of 0.10 or above.
Please tell the jury what was the blood alcohol level of the deceased, Officer McCaston.
I really don't recall.
Please take a look at page 5 of your autopsy report. See if that doesn't refresh your recollection.
His blood alcohol level was 0.13%.
So you would say that Officer McCaston was drunk at the time of this incident, wouldn't you?
Drunk is not a medical term.
But he had been drinking. And if he were driving on the thruway and he was stopped by a state trooper and he blew a .13, he'd be arrested, wouldn't he? For driving while intoxicated.
I'm not a state trooper.
You're a doctor. What does it mean, doctor? Intoxicated. Your judgment's impaired, right?
It's different for everyone.
Yes or no, doctor? Your judgment is impaired when you're intoxicated.
Yes, it is.
Your inhibitions are released, right?
They can be.
Thank you very much, doctor. Nothing further.
Redirect.
Dr. Nagel, was the blow that killed Officer McCaston consistent with a fall?
In my opinion, no, it was not.
Thank you.
Mr. Orsini?
Your Honor, the people call Sarah Casey.
Judge, come on.
Bastard, Orsini. What are you trying to do to me?
Calm down.
Leave my wife out
He's just
of
trying
this.
to inflame you to show the jury you have a temper.
Well, maybe I do. I'd like to kill her.
Your Honor, this is extremely out of line. She's his wife. She can't testify. I want to be heard outside of the presence of the jury. Your Honor, please, with all due respect, Mr. Orsini is in fantasy land. There's a husband-wife privilege that my client won't waive, even if Mrs. Casey will.
It only protects confidential communications, Judge. Not what she did or what he did, which is against the law, such as aiding and abetting the escape. I need to show that Casey would do anything to stay free.
She'll take the fifth. He's asking her to admit to hindering prosecution.
The people are prepared to give Mrs. Casey immunity, and once that happens, she can't invoke the fifth. If she refuses to testify, she'll go to jail for contempt.
Then get my cell ready. I don't care how long you put me in jail for. I'm not going to testify against Jack.
Sit down, Mrs. Casey, now, and be quiet. Or I'll have you removed from this court. Mr. Orsini, I appreciate your position, but I'm ruling for the defense. Now, if you want to deal with the issue of contempt to Mrs. Casey, be my guest. But it'll be after the trial is over. There'll be a 10-minute recess.
Sarah. So what kind of cell do you want? A suite? Thank you. I want to fix everything.
How?
I want to win this case. I know that. And when I get out of here, everything is going to be different. I promise that. I promise. I love you. I love you, Sarah.
Yes, Dad.
Got a moment? I wanted to
Dad, not now. I'm
read this. The People versus Carrington. I think you'll like it. Donald, there'll be a test on Monday.
Yeah, right.
I want you to leave us alone. My wife has already spoken to the police.
But she didn't tell the truth, did she?
Please, leave us alone.
I can't. My client is facing the death penalty, Mrs. Baptiste. I need your help. Can you see that? Look, this is an opportunity for you to right a wrong. You can make a difference if you're willing to take a risk.
Risk? You don't know what risk is. I risk my life every day just being here.
We don't have a case without you. Okay? If you were there, if you saw anything, you can save my client's life. Mrs. Baptiste, please. Please.
If I talk, what happens when the police and the immigration people come after us? And they will.
We can help you. I will see to it that your family gets help. I promise.
I was there.
Did you see anything? Anything?
Yes, I did. I was washing clothes in that basement when I heard someone slam that door and run down the stairs. I got scared and hid. About 20 seconds later, I heard someone else yell, "Come out, Casey."
What happened next?
It was a policeman with his gun out. He yelled, "Hands up,
It's okay, Mrs. Baptiste. You can say it.
He yelled, "Hands up, motherfucker. Step out."
And then?
Then the other man said, "Stay cool. I'm coming out. You can't take me."
And did the policeman say anything else?
Take you? I'll blow you away, you fucking scumbag. You deserve it.
Are you sure that's what the police officer said? I'll blow you away, you fucking scumbag. You deserve it?
Well, I am positive.
Did you hear anything after that?
The policeman fired his gun twice, and I could hear a fight. And I got up from where I was hiding, ran out the back door, and called 911. And then I went back to my apartment.
Thank you, Mrs. Baptiste.
You didn't actually see Officer McCaston fire the gun, did you?
No.
And did you see the struggle between the two men?
No, I heard it start, then I ran out.
So you didn't see how Police Officer McCaston was killed, did you?
No, sir.
That evening around 7:30, the police knocked on your apartment door and asked you if you saw or heard anything in the basement, correct?
Yes.
What did you tell them?
That I didn't see anything, didn't hear anything.
Did you tell them that you were in your bedroom watching television at the time of the murder?
Yes, I did.
You didn't say, "I heard the officer yell, 'I'll blow you away, you fucking scumbag, you deserve it,' did you?"
No, I didn't.
Were you lying to the police then? Or are you lying to this jury now? Come on. Which is it, Mrs. Baptiste? Which time were you lying? Or is it both times?
I was lying then.
So you admit you're a liar?
Objection.
Sustained.
I'm finished with this witness.
Mrs. Baptiste, why didn't you tell the police what you saw and heard that day?
I was afraid. I am not legal. I thought if I become a witness, I would be deported back to Haiti.
And that frightens you?
Yes, it does.
Then why are you here testifying today?
Because it's the right thing to do.
Thank you, Mrs. Baptiste.
Mrs. Baptiste, you testified that you lied. Now you're telling us that you're an illegal immigrant. Do you now have an attorney representing you before the Immigration and Naturalization Service?
Yes.
Isn't it a fact, Miss Baptiste, that you're being represented by Mr. Preston's law firm at the INS?
No, that is not true. My immigration lawyer is Kenneth Stern.
Who arranged that lawyer for you?
Mary Jane Preston.
Mary Jane Preston. The same Mary Jane Preston who is sitting here at this table with the defendant?
Yes, that is her.
Thank you. No further questions.
You may step down, Mrs. Baptiste. Next witness, Mr. Preston.
Your Honor, the defense calls Assistant District Attorney Albert Orsini to the stand.
Objection. Judge, I want a sidebar.
No sidebar. My chambers, now.
This is a cheap bullshit move.
Is it?
So what's going on?
Don is about to inject your innocence on the Rollins case.
Can they do that by calling Orsini?
We're about to find that out.
I'd like to know what the hell you're doing here, Mr. Preston.
I'm defending my client.
By turning the prosecutor into a defense witness? I mean, what's he gonna do, cross-examine himself?
You know damn well it's improper, Preston.
Would you like an offer of proof?
I didn't ask you back here for a smoke, Mr. Preston.
I plan on establishing through Mr. Orsini that when Jack Casey was released from jail, he was in custody for the murder of Frank Rollins, a murder which he did not commit. And that this murder conviction was, in fact, vacated by request of the district attorney.
It goes directly to the defendant's state of mind, Your Honor.
That is a load of crap, Your Honor. Mr. Preston just wants to bring out that I already convinced a jury to convict Casey of a murder he didn't commit. I can just hear him on summation. We know it happened once. Don't let Orsini do it twice.
But that is what happened. He was exonerated of that crime and
it has no bearing on this trial. It is extraneous and inadmissible.
It's hardly extraneous. Casey knew he was innocent. He was fighting for his life. This cop wanted to kill him.
Innocence is no excuse for an escape. And because we made a mistake, that does not give Mr. Preston license to attack my credibility.
I have no desire to attack Mr. Orsini's credibility, Judge.
Good, because I'm not letting it happen in my courtroom. You're not calling the prosecutor as a witness.
I take it you're referring to People versus Carrington?
I am.
But, Your Honor, if I'm not mistaken, the decisive factor in Carrington was the ability of the parties to stipulate to certain facts, thus obviating the need for the prosecutor to testify.
You are not mistaken.
Therefore, I assume that's what we'll do here.
Correct. You've been in the library, Mr. Preston.
And I believe in this case, Mr. Orsini would stipulate to the wrongful incarceration and conviction of Jack Casey.
Unless, of course, Mr. Orsini would prefer to testify.
No, Your Honor.
Then I suggest, Mr. Orsini, that you and Mr. Preston work out the stipulation so that I can read it to the jury first thing in the morning. Otherwise, you're going on the stand.
I don't get paid enough for this.
Me neither.
When are you putting Casey on the stand?
Oh, after you stipulate to Jack's wrongful conviction, his bogus jail time, and his mistaken release, he may not have to testify.
Do I look like some rookie DA, Don?
No, you're too old and ugly for that.
And don't insult me with some sucker sandbag move. That was all when your father tried it.
What are you talking about?
We both know that you have to put Casey on the stand if you want self-defense in. That's why you're talking to me.
Don't flatter yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry, Don. How could I possibly think that I could lay a glove on Casey? Oh. Okay, look, if you are willing to make some compromises, maybe we have something to talk about.
Like what?
Manslaughter in the first.
Last time I looked, man 1 carried a 12.5 to 25 max.
The minimum is 3 to 6, then.
No, thank you. But since we're talking, how about manslaughter in the second? As in Casey recklessly caused the death.
You really think your client will cop to that?
Offer the minimum. We'll find out.
The minimum for man 2 is probation.
Is it?
Fuck you, is it? You know damn well it is. Now, what do you want, Don? Do you want this guy to walk out on the street today?
That's right. Casey did over a year and a half for a crime he didn't commit. That's time he can never get back.
I thought we were looking for a deal in this case, not Rollins.
How can you separate them?
Brilliant, Don. Save it for the jury.
This case should never go to the jury. You should offer manslaughter in the second because that's all the evidence supports. Take your plea, Al. A bird in the hand.
Yeah, it's craps all over you. You think that Casey will actually plead to man 2?
I'll talk to him.
Just talk to him, see.
So what's up? Where's everybody? Is Orsini going to testify? What?
No, but he'll stipulate that you were innocent on the Rollins murder and that the conviction was vacated.
Oh, thank God. I knew you'd come through. We're going to win, aren't we?
Not necessarily.
What are you talking about?
Well, first of all, we don't know if the jury will believe Mrs. Baptiste. And Orsini on cross was very effective. And even though MJ and Don did some damage, me and Officer Clark really hurt us.
But the jury will believe me.
They didn't the last time.
I spoke with Orsini. They're putting an offer on the table.
No, I told you it was self-defense. I'm not pleading guilty.
Manslaughter in the second degree.
No, this jury is going to acquit me.
And if they don't, are you ready to take the risk?
All I have is my name and reputation. If I cop out now, I'm saying to the whole world that I'm a murderer. And that is not true. Now, you said I have the right to defend myself. Did you mean it, or was that just BS for the jury?
I meant it.
Then what are you all so afraid of?
Putting you on the stand. Juries are unpredictable, Jack. You know that better than anyone.
I'm not afraid of Orsini.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Have a seat. Up here. Let's see what it's like. Let's talk about the night McCaston was killed. Well, stand up. Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth in the testimony you're about to give?
I do.
State your name for the record.
Jack Casey.
Sit down. So, you saw the patrol car, you knew you were spotted, pick it up from there. What happened next?
I ran into the building. I didn't know where to go, so I ran down to the basement and hid.
But McCaston followed you down.
Yeah. I was terrified.
Hands up, motherfucker! Step out!
But you didn't come out, did you?
Well, not right away. But he's going,
I know you're in there! Where are you, motherfucker?
Did he see where you were hiding?
I don't know. No, it was dark. But I could hear.
Where are you?
And he kept getting closer and closer.
Bastard! Don't make me come in there!
So finally I yelled,
Stay cool! I'm coming out! You can take me! Take you? I'll blow your fucking head off, you scumbag! Now get the fuck out and keep your hands
So
up!
he's standing there right in front of me. I could see his gun aimed right at me. He was gonna flat out execute me. I could see that in his eyes.
I'll blow your head off! You deserve it!
The shots went right by me. So he stepped forward and I just lunged at him in the dark.
What happened next? Come on.
Well, we were wrestling on the ground. I kept yelling for him to get off of me, and he kept punching me.
Now, you hit him, right?
I had to. Get off! I was defending myself.
How many times did you hit him in the head?
I don't know, a few.
Didn't you bang his head on the concrete floor?
No.
How many times did you hit him, Jack? 3, 4, 5,
I don't know.
6, 7, 8? How many times?
I don't know, goddammit, a few times. He was trying to kill me. I was fighting for my life. All I know is I finally got him off of me and I tore out of there.
You ran off. Is that it? Jack. Before you took off, when McCaston was down, how many more shots did you get in?
None.
Don't lie to me, Jack.
I am not lying to you. He was trying to kill me. Don't you get it?
Get what? He was down, wasn't he?
Look, I was scared.
Of what?
That he could come after me.
Is that why you hit a defenseless man? Huh?
You weren't there.
Now, why did you hit him? Well, sit down.
I wanted to live.
No. You were getting even, weren't you? Paying them back for all they did to you.
Look, I had to escape.
And those cops knew it. They wanted to shoot you on sight, didn't they?
That's right.
Must have felt good, huh? Giving it instead of taking it. The pitcher instead of the catcher.
Shut up.
And McCaston, he was going to put you back behind bars for the rest of your life, wasn't he?
That's right.
And you wanted your freedom.
Yeah.
So you were really just slugging all of them, weren't you? Not just McCaston. It was all the prison guards, all the cops paying them back, right? For everything they done, for Rollins, everything.
Get the fuck out of my face.
No. We want to know why. Why did you hit him that last time, Jack? Did you want to kill him?
No! I did not want to kill him. I didn't want to kill him, but...
But what, Jack? What?
I was there. And I looked back at him, that fucker. And he tried to take my life away from me. He tried to take my life away. So I turned around and I hit him one last time. And his head crashed to the wall and made this awful sound. And I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I'm so sorry. I wanted to live. I'm sorry. Sorry. Why did I do that? Why did I do it? I didn't want to do it.
Take the plea, Jack. Take the plea.
Mr. Casey, I just had a talk with your lawyer and the district attorney. I told them I agreed to sentence you to 5 years probation for manslaughter in the second degree. Is that your understanding of the promise?
Yes, it is.
The court makes this promise because we're cognizant of the fact that you've spent all but 3 days of the last 15 months incarcerated for a crime which you did not commit. Now, Mr. Casey, has anyone made any threats to force you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Are you satisfied with the job Mr. Preston has done?
Yes, I am.
Now, please tell me in your own words what happened on July 12th, 1997, in the basement of 229 Kingman Street.
I recklessly caused the death of Officer William McCaston.
Do you have anything else to say?
Yes, Your Honor. I am sorry for the pain I've caused. And I ask forgiveness.
Have you told the truth today?
Yes, I have.
Allocution satisfactory, Mr. Orsini?
Yes, Judge.
The plea is accepted by the court. The defendant will be released on his own recognizance through corrections. Good luck, Mr. Casey.
It'll just be a little while.
Okay.
Don?
Good job.
Hi.
Oh, hello, come in.
Hi. You're so sweet. I wanted to thank you for what you did in court the other day. I know it wasn't easy.
And did it work out for your client?
Yes. Yes, it did.
Good.
Oh, I brought this for the baby.
Oh, it's a little teddy bear.
Merci. We are sitting down to eat. Would you care to join us?
Yeah, if it's not too much trouble.
Ah, no. Come.
I'll take a personal check. Take care, Jack.
Let's go home.
Well, congratulations. Great day for the Prestons.
Thanks, Murphy.
Didn't think you guys could pull it off. Tell MJ I'll catch you later. Okay, sir?
What a nice young man.
Murphy? That sleazeball, you like him?
Yes, I do. And so does MJ. I believe he reminds her of you. When you were younger. Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed.
Okay, so now you're gonna give me a hard time, right?
Who better than I?